What's up, dude? Welcome to
What's
episode 2 of
happening?
the So Down podcast. This is gonna be great. It's our first remote recording, which is pretty sick. I'm
It's very
super pumped up.
comfortable.
It's very comfortable. Yeah, I mean, we live about an hour away from each other, and so it's cool in the modern world to just be able to get on a call and see each other's faces and see your beautiful Greek necklace that you got on that makes everyone know that you're the Greek guy.
Hey.
I have a question for you to get us kicked off, okay? So we're gonna introduce the So Down game. Obviously,
Oh
as we go
Lord.
and do it, we're gonna figure the game out a little more, make it a little bit better, change it up a little bit. But I got a big question for you here.
Okay.
My big question for you here, it's a would you rather. If you were put in a time machine and you had to go back and you had no choice but to go back in time, would you rather go back to ancient Greece and fight like at Thermopylae with the Spartans, 300 or all those dudes, and Gerard Butler and the spray tan abs and all that? Would you rather go back and fight there or go back and fight ancient Rome? You know, you got to choose one, man. Which one are you so down for?
Bro. So my papu, which is grandpa in Greek. So my grandfather, his ancestry traces back to Spartans. That's what they said, at least. That's
Oh
what they
yeah,
said. I don't know.
yeah.
Maybe. That's what they
Trace
said.
back
That
this.
literally that's what they would say. I'm sure it was just the Greeks being Greek.
Well,
But
here's the thing though. Sparta's still a city, I think. I
That's
think
no, no,
Sparta's.
no. Like, yeah, it is. It's like the part of Greece. You look it up real quick. And this is just something. I mean, I know that was not a great thing, but the fucking Greek side is Spartan, dude. I feel like I
Well, I
know the
mean, yeah, there's
name.
still a modern city. But the contemporary Sparta is just, ancient ruins and shit. So, like, yeah, like, you're from Sparta, but Sparta's still a modern city. You know what I mean?
Yes,
I don't
absolutely.
know.
What's it called? What's it called?
Sparta. The contemporary city was
No.
called Sparti.
Yeah, but what is the current name of Sparta?
It's fucking Sparta. I just looked that up.
Is it really?
Yeah, dude. This
Yeah,
is
that's what we're from.
Sparta. Oh, yeah? Yeah? That right there?
I used to
Perfect.
be able to grow beard like that. I don't know what happened.
Yeah. Well, you used to have a six-pack abs like Gerard Butler in that movie, too, huh?
Dude, I actually did have a six pack at one point. I had veins coming out.
That's weird.
For like a month and a half. I was super into it. I was working out. I was like 26. There was one time, and it wasn't even a full six pack. It was probably five and a half.
Yeah. It's not a sign of strength, though. That's a sign that you're not eating enough. I'm just saying.
I
I'm
just
just
don't
saying.
go to the gym enough.
No, that's fair. That's fair. So for me, dude, honestly, I was thinking about this today. I really wanted to ask you because I kind of had a feeling what you would say. But I would, if it was me, I'd go back to ancient Rome. I mean, think about like Julius Caesar, going and fighting like barbarian Germanic tribes and shit, like out in the middle of the forest, and these people just attack you out of nowhere. Like, that shit just sounds crazy.
Dude,
You know what I mean?
It's funny you mentioned that because I fucking love that. All the movies and the history and everything. I love all of that. But I just got the book. What is it? Meditations? It's the Marcus Aurelius book of meditations where it's just
Got
like
it.
his stoic writings,
Yeah.
and started reading that, and I mean, it's pretty heavy. I'll tell you that. I'm not all the way through it yet, but
Heavy
it's
how?
just it's just mental thoughts, inner thoughts of what this dude was thinking, Marcus Aurelius.
hmm
And it's just what he wrote down through his travels, and it was like his book of stoicism. I don't know how to fucking explain it.
Is it Mark Antony or Marcus Aurelius?
Marcus Aurelius.
I think Marcus Aurelius is from Gladiator, dude.
Yeah, it's a movie about Rome. I
Okay,
don't know the history. I mean,
there's a former emperor that's Marcus Aurelius. That's fair. That's fair. You
yeah,
win.
and Google, go on. I know
And
you
a
got the
Stoic
GPT.
philosopher. Okay, okay. Yeah, I will give that. I'll
Stoic
give that to you.
philosophy.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Stoicism.
so, regardless, I follow this kind of shit. My feed gives me a lot of stoicism.
hmm
So, because I'm a real stoic guy.
Are you? Are you though?
I'm
I don't know
fucking
about
stoked,
that.
dude. I'm always in my head like, to be or not to be.
Shut the fuck up. That's William Shakespeare. What the fuck are you talking about?
To be or not to be.
That is the question. Speaking of Shakespeare, dude, I was watching this TV show the other day, and it was talking about how there are people that think Shakespeare wasn't the actual writer of it, and that he was just some commoner that was an
What?
actor. And there was some, because like writing plays at that time period was like
Some
super looked.
eccentric genius in the background?
Yeah, that was looked down upon for like people that were like royalty and shit like that. And so I was watching this show. And it was talking about how there's this like Duke who loved to write like novels and things, but writing plays wasn't good. And so like, because Shakespeare, there's no build up. He just kind of like appears, writes a fuckload of plays, and then goes back to his town 20 years later and just disappears and just dies. You know what I mean? It's like there's no way that you're gonna write all of that literature.
What was the year that happened? I mean, when? I mean, this is a great question. I'm sure you would know it. Oh, you don't know it?
No,
You're quick on.
1616 is when he died. So we're talking the
So,
early
and how old was he?
1600s.
He was probably like 20. Died.
How old was no
The
Shakespeare when
people,
he died?
motherfuckers, died back then, like early.
52. It's fucking old.
Okay, I mean, that's not that far away from me. That's 13 years, bro. No, 15 years, right? 62,
14.
14
14 years.
years. Whatever, dude. And I got there, okay? That's what matters. It's not a
Yeah,
speed. It's
it took
not a
you a minute, but
competition, motherfucker.
yeah. Wow. I mean, everything's a competition if you think about it.
God.
Yeah. Yeah.
One, you want Rome, I want Greece. We
Greece. Yeah.
spiraled a bit.
That's fine. Do you have another one? Do you have a thought? Do you have
So
one you want to
down.
share?
Okay, so down. Would you rather be a skydiver or a scuba diver? This is something
Yeah.
that we've talked about. This is something we've talked about before. What would you rather do?
Oh
Skydiving or scuba
God.
diving? Because, I mean, one is obviously way more extreme than the other.
Depends on.
However,
It depends. It depends on a lot
however,
of things.
well, I mean, I don't know. When you're scuba diving, you're just floating.
Yeah, but if you come up too quick, you can get the bends and just fucking die. But if you
Yeah,
jump
that's
out of it,
only, I
but if you
mean,
jump out of an airplane and your chute doesn't deploy, Steven, or you fall out backwards, back first, Steven, which you've done. Love for you to share that with the world.
no, I think it was pretty wild.
You see how I just deflected
It
that
was,
back on
it
you?
was, yeah.
Ocha.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I think I'd rather scuba dive because at least like scuba diving, you can kind of dictate the depth. You know what I mean? I can get all suited and booted to go scuba diving and go 25 feet and be fine to resurface, right?
Yeah.
Whereas
I
like an
mean,
airplane, you're jumping out at 13,000, 15,000, 16,000 feet. I mean,
13.5 is what I've done. I did
yeah,
15, but that was for the tandem,
right.
which was fun. Dude, you got at least once. I mean,
No,
maybe not. I
not
mean,
a fucking chance. Am I Dude, I already get nervous and anxious. I fly so much for work. I flew 101 times last year. We mentioned that last week on the pod. I still get anxious getting on planes, regardless of how much I travel. Like there is not a thing that I can do that is gonna fix that. So jumping out of an airplane, I feel like my heart would just give out before we even got out of the plane, and then I'm
you
just
know,
280 pounds of dead weight.
I understand that. I don't know why I was so calm. I wouldn't know why I was so calm. Obviously, I was nervous. Like,
Well,
I don't
your
know. I
wife
was
was
just
there,
very
so you were
calm.
being
I
you're being
think,
calm for her.
no, I mean, yes, of course. There's a video, like we're up there and we're taking video and she's there and she looks nervous as shit and the guy's recording. And I had just told him because he was telling her something. He was saying something. He was like, "Oh, do this, do this, do this." And I was like, "Yo, that's my wife, dude." I like leaned over in the plane and like told him like I was like, "Hey, that's my wife." And he was just like, and then he like recorded me when he was recording both of us, and I like gave her a kiss and we were like talking in the camera. It was really cool, dude. It was super cool. But back to the point of the story, I think that I wasn't scared because, and this is crazy, but there's been so much loss. I've lost both my best friends, my dad, my father-in-law, a boss that I worked closely with in the last like 4 years.
Yeah,
So it was almost like a thing of like, live your life, do something different, have some fun, don't be scared, push yourself a little bit. And then
yeah,
after I did it that one time, I was like, fuck, I gotta do this,
yeah. I know you were hooked on it for a hot minute there, dude. I felt like
Yeah.
every weekend you were like, "Oh, I'm jumping out of an airplane again."
Dude, I went in like a month and a half. I went
Four
like
weeks
5
in a
times.
row. Yeah,
I did 5
yeah.
courses. Yeah, I got to D1, and then the weather up here was super shitty. We did the Forward Fest, right?
Mhm.
That was one weekend. I was like, all right, I'm not going. And the next weekend, I think was Thanksgiving or Christmas. No, it was
That's it.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Thanksgiving.
So I didn't do it that
But we
weekend
had
because I
like
think
4 weeks where we didn't see the sun up here. It was
exactly that was the
crazy.
main thing. And everyone says like you got to stay consistent. And I've kind of gotten to this point now where I'm like, I need to go, but then my fucking dog, I've spent $2,000 in the past, week and a half on my dog. So
Yeah.
sometimes you got to prioritize life,
I mean,
ahead
you
of
don't have a
getting
kid, but
certified to fucking skydive. I don't have a kid. No, I've got 3 fucking dogs though. And
they're the closest thing to the children that you're gonna have.
Jesus Christ,
See,
maybe
and
we'll
then
see.
you're blessed though, because your dogs don't talk back the same way. I was talking to my daughter today, because Sabrina's, getting ready for her sister's birthday party. She's had a big fundraising event yesterday, so last couple nights I've been rolling solo. I'm talking to my daughter today, and I was like, "Hey, like, what do you want to do for dinner?" She goes, "I don't know, Dad. You're just weird." And I was like, "Okay, um, so I'm not gonna cook today.
She's
So what do you
yeah,
want for dinner?"
right.
And she goes, "Can we do Taco Bell?" I'm like, "Yeah, like that's fine."
Taco Bell.
Yeah, dude, we went and schmopped some
Everybody
Taco Bell.
loves Taco
Dude,
Bell.
she
What's your
wants
order?
to,
What's your Taco Bell order? Because let's get into this. This is
bro.
not a light topic. Taco Bell is a topic
It's a very hot
worth
topic.
being discussed.
So part of what made me suggest it is I love Taco Bell. It's my comfort food. Anytime I'm traveling, if I'm rolling solo and I'm not doing dinners and things with clients, like Taco Bell's where I go. It's my jam. But I heard an ad on Pandora today that they brought back the chicken nuggets. Have you had the nuggies from
No, I've
Taco Bell? Dude, they
never
are
ordered nuggies. I order like
super good.
one thing
Yeah, a Crunchwrap Supreme
from
with no
Taco Bell.
veggies, and you get extra
Well,
cheese, and
that's the new order.
you spent
That's
like
the new order.
$15 on 2 things.
They're highly
You got to
modified,
talk.
man. I'm a fucking foodie, bro. If I go to Taco Bell, I'm gonna tell them how I want it.
Yeah, if I'm going to Taco
What's
Bell,
that restaurant? Da 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 da. Have it your way.
okay. So you just mixed Burger King and McDonald's. That was awful. That was so bad. No,
I
I got my usual go-to is a cheesy double beef and a double stack taco. It's like $6. It's like
2 items. That's it.
Yeah, it's like 660 calories, and it's solid, dude. I mean that it's probably more than that. It's probably more like 800 calories. I think that burrito's like 600 calories alone. But yeah, just
Dude,
2 items. Here's my problem. When I was younger, I used to schmob it, dude. I would go and we'd
I
get
was
fucking
gonna
baked.
say,
We would hotbox
fuck,
the car and go and spend like $40 on Taco Bell and just fucking
dude.
destroy it, between like 6 or 7 of us, right? Like
Yeah.
that was our jam, you know. I don't do that anymore. And I'm getting older. I'm 33, which is young, super young, but I have a 5-year-old daughter, and I'm like, man, I want to be able to walk her down the aisle one day. Like, I need to take the steps to take care of myself now,
Yeah.
so that
Yeah.
I can be there for her as she gets older. She experiences life. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
I mean that's what I'm kind of ingrain myself in. I mean, this is the first beer that I've drank in my house, and I mean
2
since
weeks.
October.
No
Yeah,
way.
beer in my house, not beer in general, beer in my house.
Well, what if you're on your patio? Because you were posting photos of you cooking sausages on the Blackstone, drinking beers.
Yeah, that was like in October. Yeah, no, I mean once the weather turned, I just kind of
Yeah.
stopped, and that's the thing. Like when I
The
lost
weather
all the
was
weight,
shitty.
originally in like 2021, 2020 to 2022 ish, before I broke my foot. I lost all that weight, and the first thing it did is I just stopped drinking. I went a solid 14 months without a single beer, counting my calories and everything. And that actually made a huge difference. I mean, I've lost 12 pounds, like 11 and a half
Yeah.
pounds in the last 10, 11 weeks, even through the holidays. You know what I mean? And a lot of it is
That's not
I'm
easy
not
to
drinking
do.
alcohol. Huh?
That's not easy to do. It's hard.
No, I mean, I saw my business partner today. He's dropping off some hats for an order we have going on. He's like, bro, you look really good. I was like, Travis, stop. Like I'm trying. Like obviously I wake up every morning and I'm like, oh, I hate who I see in the mirror. And that's the motivation. But
Don't say that, dude. When I see you, I don't think anything like that. I think you're a big dude, Like when you
yeah,
walk in, I'm not
no,
like, oh, this is a fat guy.
see,
I'm
and
like, this is
that's
just a big dude.
That's the
You know
thing.
what I mean? But I
Spent
get what you're saying, dude.
Yeah,
I
I
was a
spent
chubby
those
kid.
years doing strongman and like lifting and like, squatting 500 or 450 pounds and deadlifting 500 pounds and doing all that stuff. But like I used to just be total flub. And now it's like I have like a frame that I built, but like it's different. You know what I mean? So like I wake up every morning and I look at myself in the mirror and I'm just like, oh no, like why? You know what I mean? But
Dude,
it just takes time. And
I get it.
the other thing is during that time I was working at McDonald's. I was an area manager at 4 restaurants, 3, 4 restaurants that I was managing, and I hated it. I hated it, but it was COVID,
That
right?
sounds
Like,
kind of cool, though. That sounds kind of cool. I mean,
I
it's
mean,
not,
it
you
was
can't hate on your shit, dude. It's part of your story, man. Own it, dude. Fucking A. You
no,
were an
it was
area manager for
look, look,
McDonald's.
look.
You probably
They
managed
took care of me.
fucking how many millions annually in revenue?
I lost my job at the onset of COVID. I was a VP of operations. I was doing that whole thing. I lost that job. And Sabrina was 7 months pregnant. I didn't have time to like sit and twiddle my thumbs and wait. You know what I mean? So I went right back to McDonald's. They brought me in as a general manager. They just lost somebody. And then I became an area supervisor 2 months later. And like
Not
it was a
easy, dude.
no,
Not
dude,
easy. Don't downplay running a fucking
it
restaurant.
was a great job. What I hated is all my restaurants would open at 5 in the morning, and 2 3 times a week somebody's calling out, so I'm getting a phone call at 4:30
No,
because
man.
the opener's not there and the GM is not answering their phone, so I'm going to show up, and then the GM's going to get there after
You
me,
were
and
the guy.
there's going to be hell
You
to
were the
pay, right?
guy.
Well,
You
yeah,
were
if
the
the
guy.
restaurant does
You
if the
showed up.
restaurant doesn't open, who's going to get shit on? Like me, and
You
then
were
shit
you
goes
were the
downhill.
guy
Yeah,
that were fuck. You showed up. You
I
did
was
the
given
job with a
I was
smile on
given
your
a
face, and
well,
they were like, "This is the
debatably.
guy." Sometimes you got to do
Yeah,
that.
but
That's what you got
I
to
had a
do.
lot of pent up frustration with that, right? Because I was always working. Like when my daughter was like a year before I left, I took over a restaurant that was just failing, and it was like a 2.5 $3 million restaurant. Should have had a staff a minimum of 40. When they pulled the other area manager, put me in, it had a general manager, one assistant manager, and 7 other employees. I worked like 20 straight days, and I'm not embellishing there. It was about 3 straight weeks, hiring like crazy, training like crazy, open to close. Like I didn't see my daughter for like 3 weeks. And
That's
that's when
fucking
the switch clicked, and it was like, hey man,
yeah,
in this job, there's nowhere else for me to grow, right? It's a franchise-owned organization, and shout out to them. They're amazing people. They gave me the opportunity when I was 20 to take over my first restaurant. They allowed me to come back during COVID. They gave me so much, but I was like, I'm not going to grow here. There's one director of operations. He's the guy. Remember well, last year, that dude from McDonald's that called me, that wanted to talk. He bought his own restaurants, and he's like, oh, you would have been the director. And it's like, great, but it's been
yeah. You
three
should have been like,
years.
yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, no, I mean,
You
Steve's a
know, when
great
people
guy.
say that shit, look
No,
at the path
look,
you're on now. Look at the path you're on now, dude. Cheers to you.
I mean, thanks, man. I don't want to talk about that topic.
I'm
That's
just
shit's
saying,
still
dude.
tender.
Cheers to you. Look at the path you're on, man. Fuck all of them.
Clink.
It's part of your story, dude. When I first met you and I looked you up on LinkedIn, obviously I
Yeah,
had to
you
look
did.
everyone up, and I saw the Burger University and I was like, what the fuck is that? But after learning what it is and hearing your story, running a restaurant is running a restaurant. Doesn't matter if you're running a fucking giant restaurant, doesn't matter if you're running a fucking QSR restaurant, quick service, fast food. It doesn't fucking matter. You're a
Yeah,
manager. You're managing a business, a lot of the time multi-million-dollar annual business. You have
yeah,
staff, you have HR, you have orders, you have budgets, you have food costs, you have labor costs. You've got it all. You're managing it. It's not just about fucking smiling and giving cheeseburgers out or fucking doing whatever you're doing. It's fucking,
sometimes
dude, this is our
sometimes I
lives. I've
miss
done this my whole life. I've been
sometimes I miss how easy that was to just be like, look at McDonald's, what can I
dude.
get you? And just fucking punch orders and not care.
Yeah.
Sitting in the back of the
Well, no,
drive-through. And that's the thing, like Steve, like you, you're a chef. Like you've legitimately
I was,
chefed.
I mean, I
But
don't
okay,
say that
but
I'm
no
a
no no no
chef.
no no.
I don't say that. No, no, no. In all
N-
actuality, I don't say that I'm a chef. I
Correct.
worked in kitchens for a very long time and I've made menus and I've made food, but I don't say that I'm a chef. I don't like
Correct.
saying
But
that.
but
I
you but
was,
you have chefed in a full service restaurant, in a full service
yes,
environment. That is what you did. And
in
what's
high
crazy,
volume fucking crazy fucking restaurants, dude.
yeah. And so
Crazy shit. Kitchen
what's
manager. sous
I
chef,
never
executive
did
chef.
that. I never did that. You know what I mean? Like
It
I
was
worked in
wild, dude. It was
operations in quick
insane.
service.
When you were telling me the 20 days thing, I was like, oh, if everything's a
That's nothing.
competition. I worked 30 days straight when I opened an umami burger at the
Yeah.
Grove in LA. 30
Oh yeah.
days
No,
straight.
I
And no. Listen to this fucking story. On the 30th day, I was living
you've
in
told me this
Redondo,
story.
right? I was living in Redondo Beach, and I was commuting to the Grove every day, opening. Get
Yeah.
there at 7, 8 in the morning, and smoke fucking 3, 4 cigarettes on the side. And it's funny because on the side of the umami at the Grove, right over the fence, there's a fucking security road. And then right over the fence is where they hype up the Price is Right people for the TV show.
Oh shit. Okay.
So we'd be
Yeah.
out there at 7:30 a.m. in the morning for 30 days straight, smoking cigs and just hearing them being like, "Hey!" They were hyping the audience up before they took them into the studio. And we would be out there smoking cigs, hungover as shit, like,
Yeah. Yeah.
and they'd be like,
No, I've been there, dude.
ah, they were cheering for us, dude. It was
I've
fucking
opened a
nuts.
dozen. I've opened a dozen restaurants, man. And one of the first one I opened was in Woodland, and I think I worked like 5 or 6 days open to close, but it was franchise operated, so it was the franchisees were there. But then like I opened a company store in Anaheim at the Grand Legacy at the park, and the bottom floor of that hotel, which is across the street from Disneyland. Okay, like the rooftop is a bar called the Fifth, and from the Fifth
Uh,
you can just watch the fireworks show. It's fucking rad, super dope. And I same thing, dude. Like probably a 2-3 weeks straight, and then you get like a weekend off, and then 2 or 3 more. I was down in
yeah, dude.
Anaheim. I was down in Anaheim for 6 weeks, long enough that my Sabrina was like considering leaving me, and we were married and shit, like because I couldn't go home. And so I finally told my boss, I was like,
Yeah.
I'm leaving. I'm going home.
Yeah.
Like my wife is far more
You,
important than this fucking job. But the dopest thing is they put us up in they rented like a townhome. And so we
that's
had
what they do, though. That's how they lure
well,
you in.
yeah.
I have a
Dude,
similar story.
I loved
They
opening
fucking
restaurants.
get you, and they're like, it's
Well,
cool.
no,
We'll pay you
dude,
$35 a day per diem.
yeah, and there was 4 of us in this townhome, and then in the other couple that I opened in Orange County, they do the same thing. They rent a townhome, or they'd Airbnb a house. It's just cheaper, $300 a day for the house for 4 people, as opposed to $200 a day for a hotel room for 4 people. It just
Yeah.
makes sense, right? So we'd all have like a $30 per diem, $35 per diem. So what we'd do is like one person buy cigars, and one person would buy beer, and one person would buy food, and we would just freaking smoke and drink and just rage. When we weren't at the restaurant, like we were just raging. You know what I mean? And it's
And
not like it
I
was
never once in my life have I raged. I swear.
not
Not
even
in
one
all my
time.
life.
Not
No.
even
I
with
can say
Joey
that
Diaz.
honestly. I can say that honestly.
Are you fucking dude? What the fuck was that?
I was promising. Never raged in my life. Not once, dude. It's crazy.
Wow, wow. Not even with Joey Diaz. You had the perfect
No,
opportunity to rage
we
with
ain't
Joey
raged.
Diaz.
We chilled. We chilled hard.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was a hard chill.
I wanted to start a new segment that we talked about, which is the Sabrina's mystery topic of the week.
Holy
Because
shit. It's
obviously
a
your wife
mystery
is
to me.
Sabrina and my wife is Sabrina. And so the mystery topic, did your Sabrina give you a mystery topic?
She did. And I'm just finding it out right now live.
Yeah, the idea here is that, to give us something random to debate or to talk about or discuss that we don't know about, right? So,
Oh,
um
these are good ones.
I got a topic. We'll do my Sabrina's first, then we'll do your Sabrina's.
Okay.
So, my
And this is,
Sabrina,
I haven't
good.
heard this. I haven't heard
You
this.
have it. No,
Which
I've
one
known it for like the
clarify?
last hour or so.
Jesus. I just found out right now. Live.
My Sabrina wants us to talk about deli sandwiches.
Oh, that's a
Oh
good
shit.
topic. I
Do you
like
know
that
what, dude?
topic. My topic's like it's
She
dark.
called me on Friday. I was working from home, busy ass day on Friday, and she calls me up and she's like, "Hey, I just dropped the kid off at school. That's cool." She goes, "I'm gonna get lunch." "What are you getting?" She's like, "I'm gonna go to Mr. Pickles." I was like, "You're going to Mr. Pickles?" She goes, "Yeah." I said, "Fucking get me a sandwich, dude. I love
What's the
a good deli sandwich. Like
okay.
Subway has its place. I'm not gonna knock Subway. They have fucking 7,000 locations, right? Whatever. Subway's great. You work there. I know they have a soft spot in your heart. I seen you. I saw your reaction.
Shout
But
out
I'll
Subway.
shout out
Shout
Subway.
out
Shout out,
shout
not
out
Jared though. not Jared.
Dude, hold on.
Hey,
We'll
he
talk about that
diddled
later.
children. Okay.
I was a Subway development agent when that happened, and the day it happened, I called 45 stores. I had to go to 45 stores a month, and I would do like 3 a day, or 2 a day sometimes, and then obviously had the weekends off. I had called every store, and I was like, remove your fucking PLP. Get the PLP down.
Get Jared
Get it
out of the
down.
building.
And there's
Yeah, dude,
times
that's
afterwards, like weeks later, where I'd go around and I'm like, you got fucking Jared on the window. Take it off. Like,
he's got child porn. Yeah. No, I hear you, man. So
they got some good
I
sandwiches, though.
I'm not gonna knock Subway at all. I'm not gonna knock them. They have their place. They're good. But like a Mr. Pickles or a Beach Hut deli, a big fucking
Oh,
deli
Beach Hut.
sandwich on Dutch crust. My order from Mr. Pickles is the Big Jake. It's got avocado. It's got the works. It's got turkey. It's got provolone. Oh, dude, on Dutch Crunch, bro,
Dude,
it's flawless.
I
It
love a
is
good sandwich.
absolutely flawless.
So this story's got some depth to it. This is a good question. This is an excellent
It's a good
question.
topic. It's not a question. She just wants us to talk about deli sandwiches.
That's a good topic. Well, you say okay. That's clarity. That's good.
Am I
That's
wrong?
good. No. Yeah, you're totally right. Okay, so sandwiches. It depends on where you're going. So if I'm going Subway, I'm getting a meatball. 97% of the time. But I get a
Dude, I
meatball.
love a good meatball sandwich.
Listen to this meatball order. I get a meatball. I have them put spinach. I have them put onions. I have them put oil, right? Salt and pepper. And then I have them toast it with the cheese on top of that.
Oh, shit.
And, dude,
That
it's like
sounds
sauteed
insane.
spinach and fucking broiled onions with a little provolone on top and oregano and oil and salt and pepper, dude. That's the
Dude.
Subway order 97% of the time. Or
Do you know what?
fucking BMT, an Italian
A
BMT.
BMT. What's the M in your BMT?
Big, meaty trio. There's 3 meats. No one knows that's what that means. I worked for Subway. The Italian BMT is big, meaty trio.
So wait,
You
wait,
heard
wait.
it here. You heard it here.
If I go to a Subway and I say I want a big meaty trio, are they gonna know
The
what I'm
staff
talking
probably
about?
doesn't even know that's what that fucking
Shit.
means. They should know what it means, but it's internal Subway fucking lingo. Big, meaty
Damn.
trio. Shout
Okay.
out Subway. It's delicious.
But not Jared.
Bring back oregano. You fucking left out the oregano. Meatball's not the same.
That's fair.
Just
That's
saying.
fair. So if you were to, let's take the Subway. We're gonna pick up Subway. We're gonna put them over here. Okay. If you were to go into just a little deli, let's say you're traveling, okay, and you're in a city you're unfamiliar with, and the closest thing to you is just a local deli. What are you getting?
Italian. Just an Italian. Or a
Just Italian.
mortadella. Or a mortadella.
What's a
Mortadella.
mortadella? I know that.
Mortadella is just like
You said mortadella, and my brain went portobello.
I ate a lot of mortadella growing up being Greek, it was like mortadella and feta and fucking olives and bread and just bomb Greek food. Salty fucking Greek food. It was so salty. Ah, so salty, but so good. Mortadella sandwich is just a fucking nice roll of some sort with some semolina flour on it and some fucking mortadella and some cheese and lettuce and tomato and onion and fucking red wine vinegar and oil and just mortadella. It's delicious. I don't know. It's like bologna, but better. Way better. And just think of it as like a larger sausage, the grind of the meat is more fine. So it's not like a sausage. It's, you can
Yeah.
chill
Yeah.
it and slice it. But
All
yeah,
right.
it's mortadella.
So
It's
that's
delicious.
fair, man. I remember I was in when I was in college, and for the very, very brief amount of time that I was in college, I had an assignment for I was failing this history class because
Jesus, Jesse.
dude, I
Get it
dropped out of
together, dude.
I dropped out of college because I realized, like McDonald's was like, oh, you're a manager, you could do Hamburger University, which at 18 sounded great. Well, 19 really, it sounded great. I realized like I'm literally just here smoking weed and talking to chicks. Like I'm just spending money going into debt to do things I can do anywhere.
You're just living your
So I
fucking life.
dropped out. But when I was failing my history class, and I love history, I'm a huge history buff personally. You know, medieval, ancient history, things like that. That's what I dig on. Not the history we're creating nowadays. It's a little different.
What about Lord of
But
the Rings? What about that kind of history?
I love that. Dude, when Indiana was playing Miami and the Indiana band was playing the Isengard theme song, I was sitting in the front room with Sabrina. I was like, oh my God, they're playing Lord of the Rings. And she was like,
Dude,
how do you know that? I was like, it's Isengard. They're taking the
I
hobbits to Isengard. Like,
I
that's where my brain
fucking
was at, dude.
I listen to the soundtrack at work all the time.
I know you
The
do.
full
You also watch
soundtrack.
the movie, and I make you put it on so I can hear it
I
too.
put it
But
on in the
I'm telling
background.
you, dude. I'm telling you, I was failing this history class, and I had to go to
How?
Sutter's because I was showing up stoned and not paying attention, not turning in assignments.
Oh
It's really not that
Jesus,
hard to fail.
Jesse.
So we had this extra credit assignment to go to Sutter's Fort and do a tour, and like record that you're there.
And you were like, field trip.
Yeah, so me and my buddy, toked it up a little bit, and we go to Sutter's Fort. And afterwards, he's like, dude, his name's Austin. He's like, oh man, I'm so hungry. And there's this little deli, and I was like,
Oh,
all right, we're
I
gonna
like where this
we're gonna
story's
walk over to
going.
this deli. We get there, and it was like they had like I think it was like a French baguette that you would cut, and they put turkey and roast beef. I want to say salami, and then it was mayo mustard mixed. So it wasn't
Some
mustard and then
horseradish.
mayo
You gotta
and
put
spread,
horseradish on
and some
that.
horseradish on. I'm pretty sure, and then it had banana peppers, lettuce, cucumber, and sprouts. My
Dude,
God,
a
dude.
good corner sandwich shop always puts sprouts.
Dude,
That's the difference. It's the
the sprouts are the difference, dude. Like
It's the difference, dude.
it's
All the little
so
beachy
good.
fucking cafes are like, we got sprouts. Like,
Yeah, yeah, dude. There's something about sprouts. I remember when Safeway had Boar's Head, and it wasn't Boar's Head meat, but it was Boar's Head, this deli, and the sandwich
I
shop
know
was
exactly what you're
Boarheads.
talking about. I
They
worked
would
at a
put
deli.
sprouts on all their burgers. There is this place by us up here
All
in
their
Northern California,
burgies?
Folsom. All their
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
subs.
do it. I
No,
didn't
you're
mean to
good.
do it. But I did it.
I blame the juice force. That's what I blame.
Yeah.
But dude, they had this place called Vic's out in Folsom. It was right on the edge of Folsom and Orangevale, and they had their own Boar's Head deli. So all the meats was Boar's Head, everything was Boar's Head, and you would go to get a Vic sandwich, and they would give you like a roll, dude, like for $6.99. You got a full size sandwich that was probably 4.5 inches across.
Just like thick meat too.
Oh,
like just
dude, they're
fuck ton of
so
meat.
massive.
I
So
need at
good.
least that much meat.
Yeah, dude, honestly, deli sandwiches are something that like I don't get often, and every time I get one, I'm like, dude, why do I not do this more often? You know
Dude,
what I
a
mean?
sandwich, you can
'Cause
meal
they're
prep sandwich and lose weight, dude.
okay,
I
but
did
you
it.
can meal prep. No, I'm talking about a fucking deli, like going
Dude,
to a deli and getting a
we
legit sandwich.
sell restaurant equipment, bro. All you gotta do is just learn how to use it, dude. You can make that shit at home.
No,
Actually, my wife makes the bombest sandwiches. The bombest. She puts
the
horseradish
bombest.
when I'm not expecting it.
Are you just
And I'm
saying
just
that
like,
because
what
she's right
is
outside
that?
and can hear you? Where are you at, puppy dog? You're gonna become Instagram famous. Look at the puppy. She's so tiny.
Dude, you know what you have there, Red?
A Jack Russell Chihuahua mix?
It looks like the dog from the Taco Bell commercial.
No,
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
dog's tan. That dog's tan.
It looks like
Yo
that
quiero
dog had some
Taco
babies,
Bell.
and that's the
Yeah.
dog you got. You got a Taco Bell dog, dude.
No, I vehemently disagree. All right. So, Steven,
Here we
I need to
go.
know. So, we talked about deli sandwiches, which is what my Sabrina said. What is the Sabrina's mystery topic of the week from your Sabrina? That's what I want to know.
Okay, so this is a great one. This is a deep one. Okay, we gotta get deep.
Oh, no. All right. Hold on. I'm locking in.
Why do men shut down instead of talking when stressed?
Why do men shut down? I mean, so that is a good question. Can I go first? Because I have an immediate thought.
Yeah.
So you
sure.
got to read that and ponder on it a little bit. I didn't. So I have an immediate thought. Especially men our age,
Oh,
that
yeah.
are approaching middle age. Well, for you, past middle age. Especially
I
for
feel good.
men this age. Especially for men this age, right? Like it's a thing where, our entire childhood we're trained and taught like men are quiet and they're providers and they're doing this. And the role models we had as, young kids on TV shows and shit, like those role models were quiet types. and the types that are grumpy and curmudgeon that don't talk about their feelings. Like, did your dad ever sit down to you and talk to you about how your feelings are valid and your feelings are real? Mine didn't. I love my dad.
I mean,
I love my
I
dad.
had, dude, I had a really good childhood. My parents were fucking rad, both
Yeah,
of
I
them.
had a great
So yeah, I
childhood
think there
too.
was times definitely where my dad was like, because I wasn't like I always got in trouble as a kid. Like I was a good kid. I always got good grades, but like I was always getting referrals. I was always getting detention. I was always like fucking getting in like little arguments with kids, cussing them out and shit from like a young age. But I was like a good kid. My teachers were like, Steven's the smartest kid in the class, but like sometimes he's just a little fucker.
Sometimes he's just a little
I was just like I
fucker.
was always challenging and always saying things.
Yeah,
I've toned it down. I've had to tone it down so much over the years because
yeah.
like I just if I feel like I know how to do something and I have a solution and someone's like, "No, yeah, that's not a good idea." I'm like, "Well,
Bet.
I think it's a great idea."
Say I won't, and I'm gonna fucking do it. No, but
No,
seriously, I
no,
mean,
not like, but I've learned over the years. I've learned, and this, hold on, I gotta unpack this a little bit. I've learned over the years that there's so many things that you want to do in a job, and there's so much success that you want, and you want to be the best, and but sometimes it's not all about the job. It's about providing and like do good at the job, but also don't get lost in the fact that like there's more than just that. There's
right.
more than just that. I've killed myself for jobs since I was like in my early 20s. I'd always party. I partied a lot. But in between the partying was just fucking working my ass off all the time, cooking. From the time I was fucking 19 till 31, 18 to 31, just grinding and partying.
Well, you did some cool shit, and it's worked out for you, man. And like that's a great question that your wife has, because there's times where I want to like Sabrina and I will have a disagreement, and I'll want to immediately reply and respond in the moment, like emotionally, right? And just be like, I've had a day, I have this going on. Now you're on me about whatever it is, and there's that immediate gut react where 20-year-old Jesse would go, and I would snap, like, not
Yeah,
aggressively, not violently,
I
but
know
I'd
what you
just be like,
mean. I
"No,
know what you
shut the fuck
mean.
up," like I lose it, right? And so I've learned, like, hey, it's a lot better to like take that, put it here, and then hey, we'll come back and talk about it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
there's very few things I would say now in my 30s that I internalize it, but I still bring it up to talk about it when I'm ready to talk about it. And I'm not always ready to talk about it. You know, that's when, like, we talked about last week, where it's like, hey, something's wrong. Like, yeah, I'm not ready to put it on you yet. You know what I mean? Because I need to think of the best way to approach the conversation. Not my wife's not delicate. I don't need to dance around her feelings. I can be super blunt, and I'm super blessed to have her for that reason. But like at the same time, I also need to make sure that what I'm saying is packaged in the right respectful way where she's going to take what I'm saying and say, "Yeah, you know what? Like either he's right or he's wrong, but I'm willing to see his viewpoint." Because if I just
yeah,
blow up in any situation, whether it's with Sabrina or with a client, like with my daughter, like if I just blow up, that's not gonna be good for anybody, least of all
no,
me. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Have you ever
So,
done it though? Have you ever done it like
what,
at work or
blown
like
up?
called someone out at work or like a boss is calling you out and you're like, you know what?
I've done it
Nope.
and respectfully.
But
Here's
you've never done it. You've never done it strongly where you're just like, well, I
when I
appreciate what
was
you're saying.
when I was a
However,
young leader, I absolutely would. When I worked at Jim Boyce as a general manager, I had this assistant manager named Dave. I love Dave. Dave's a great dude. He works at a couple. I've seen it at a couple different golf courses, and he's like an ops manager for golf now. Like it's his passion,
fuck
and it's
yeah,
it's great.
Dave.
Yeah. If I
Shout
ever
out
buy
Dave.
shout out Bergie. If I ever see Dave Bergstrom anywhere, like I'm giving him a
Get
call.
him
You
on
know
the
what I mean?
fucking podcast.
I'll try, dude. But um, like I remember this one time I was probably 24, 25. It's maybe 25, and something didn't get done. And I was really frustrated. I was frustrated that it didn't get done. And I was like, Dave, like, why didn't this get done? Why are you talking to them this way? Like, I was like, our cooks already don't like you. Like, why are you doing this? And he was like, dude, fuck you, and walked away. And I was like, oh God, like, obviously the cooks like him. He's a great guy. You know what I mean? But like, you know, where it's one of those things where I should
Yeah,
have been like, hey, you know what? Like, I'm feeling some type of way. We'll come back to this conversation. Right.
yeah.
That was a huge learning opportunity for me. I'm not going to say I haven't made the mistake again, but I don't have anything that comes to mind where I've belittled someone in the way I belittled, Bergie.
Dude, I almost fought one of my chefs when I was like, I think I was 20. I was 20, and I almost fought
I
one
mean,
of my
that feels
chefs.
like something you would
I
still
was
do.
working at
So,
the bottom floor of the Google building at a restaurant called Chimera, and the chef was probably 32, 34, and I was 20. I was in culinary school, fresh out of the IE, working at the bottom of the Google building. And this fucking guy put his hands
feeling
on me.
like
He
a
like grabbed me.
badass.
He grabbed me. He fucking grabbed me or something. Like I was cooking something. I was prepping something. And it was fine dining. The head chef had come from worked at the French Laundry. You know, it was a
Mm,
high end fucking spot. And
yeah.
this dude like grabbed my arm and like did something like that. And I was like, yo, don't fucking touch me. And like got into a full shouting match with him. I think I pushed him like in the middle of the kitchen and everyone was like, oh, what's going on over here? And I said, this fucking guy touched, like grabbed my arm and tried to fucking move me.
Yeah.
And it calmed down and we both went outside and smoked a cigarette. And he was like, my bad, dude, my bad. And I was like, yeah, whatever, dude. It's cool. You know, no big deal. Just
Oh
don't
yeah.
fucking touch. I literally was just like, just don't touch me, dude. Don't
Yeah.
fucking grab
There's
me. You
there's
can
there,
yell at me. And
there's
they yelled at me. They fucking yelled, dude.
yeah, that's
You're
how
too
it is.
fucking slow. And I'd be like, yeah, chef. And they were like, you're too fucking, do this better. It was like ring molded
Did
salads and
you ever
swoosh
watch The Bear?
sauces.
Did you ever watch The Bear
Yeah,
on
that show, that's
Netflix?
trauma, dude. That's a
Did that
trauma
bring it back?
show.
Did that bring you
I
back?
didn't watch it. I watched the first season, I think, and I was like, I don't want to watch that. It's fucking give me
Yeah.
flashbacks,
Yeah.
dude. It's a
Yeah.
good show. I know it's a
I'm
great show, but it's very accurate and like just like, I don't know. It's like trauma.
yeah. So to circle back to the topic now,
Oh, why do men go quiet?
what's
Stories
your
like that.
yeah.
Stories like that. Dude, there's the long life that I've lived and the crazy shit that I've done, and
Like
there's
jumping
just
out of
so
fucking
much.
airplanes and
That's
your
that's
shoot
nothing.
your chute getting
That's
tangled.
like I feel like the whole sky is like a trauma response. I'm just like, let me just fucking go out there and do something absolutely insane, and maybe that'll make me feel better. Like I'm good,
Did
but
it?
like,
Did it definitely
yeah,
made you feel better? Yeah.
absolutely, dude.
You
It's
were
the
you were
best thing. It's
chasing
the
that
best thing
high
you can do.
for you were
I'm still
chasing that
gonna do
high
it.
for
I'm
a
gonna
hot
finish
minute.
it, dude. I'm gonna finish it. But this fucking dog, the weather got better, and then literally like Millie's fucking leg got fucked up, and then now she's got megasophagus. Sounds like a fucking superhero.
That sounds
So
like a
I'm gonna
Godzilla
finish it
villain.
because
That sounds like a Godzilla enemy, doesn't it?
dude, the
Megasophagus.
the high from jumping out of an airplane is like nothing I've ever experienced in my life, dude. It's the most fucking epic thing. And the last one I did was fucking insane. It was the first one that I did without two people holding on to me, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
And when I let go of I let go, like I did everything I was supposed to do, but the dude that was supposed to jump and just follow me out jumped first. So we were tumbling through the sky, and then we kind of leveled out, and I'm like falling back to the ground, right? And I'm trying to turn over because it's like rolling out of bed. Like just imagine like you're like falling through the sky, right? And you're like, and I was just trying to turn over, and then finally I felt he let go of me, and I turned over, and the next thing you know, I see him like floating probably 20, 30 feet out to the left, and he's like, and that made to do your turns, because I was supposed to be doing the turns. That's
Yeah,
how you
because you're
like
still
pass
in
the course.
training.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to like that's part of it, you're jumping out of an airplane. Like I make it sound crazy, but it's not crazy at all. It's very normal. It happens all the time.
Right.
Like it's
Yeah.
what happens. You're
Right.
jumping out of an airplane. It's not always going to be smooth, but they say that like when you truly get it, and I've heard this. I don't know if it's like the truth, but is when you just really like it's not about positioning your body. It's about just like you're scuba diving. It's just like you're under the ocean and you're scuba diving, and there's a certain way that you do it. And then once you understand that and you realize that, then you're a skydiver. It's not like falling. You're fucking like floating through the sky. Dude,
Well,
it's crazy.
I mean,
The
hey man,
feeling you get is
I've heard
insane.
all your stories. I've heard all your stories, and it sounds insane. Legitimately, it sounds like the most
Crazy.
freeing thing that you can do. But respectfully, fuck that. I'm not jumping out of an airplane. I'm not
It's to deal with
willingly.
it's
Hey,
there's
that
like but
plane is
that's
safer than falling.
to go back to it. It's like a experience. It's like taking a bath. It's literally like
Yeah,
taking a bath. It's just like
I'm sure. I'm sure. And honestly,
and
dude, like,
everything nothing matters. Nothing matters.
yeah,
The whole day
yeah.
I'm there, the second I pull into the fucking
Every
parking
time.
lot, I'm
So
not thinking
so
about nothing else. I'm just thinking about jump out of this airplane and don't die and like do the things, remember the
and then you
fucking
get in, and then
words
you
and the
get up in the
signs.
sky. You get up in the sky, and you're like, oh my god, I'm so tiny. That I mean, I'll tell you, man. Like, I get nervous during takeoff on an airplane. It's just how I am. But once we're in the air and you're at cruising altitude or climbing to cruising altitude, and you're looking out the window at how fucking tiny everything is, I don't understand how someone can see that and think that every other squabble and issue going on in the world is relevant, right? Like, we're one planet. Have you never been in an airplane? Have you never seen how infinitesimally small a single human being is compared to the planet, and how infinitesimally small our
Yeah,
planet is compared to our solar system, and how infinitesimally small our solar system is compared to the entire
that's
galaxy that
deep.
we know? I, yeah,
I
okay, we
want to
have
put
one
on I want to
planet.
put on Pink Floyd right now. I want to put on Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon and just be like,
But
wow.
seriously, like our squabbles are so small and so tiny. You know what I mean? I'll tell you what, though. If they ever made commercialized space travel, I would probably die of a heart attack by the time the rocket took off. But
Oh, dude,
I
I'd be
would,
so
I would
down.
love. Look, man, if somebody built a hotel that just like orbits the Earth, like the International Space Station, and you could go up there for a week, I would do it in a heartbeat, dude. Like,
Have you ever seen the movie Total Recall?
dude, I have not. It is something. It
My
is something all my
God.
buddies in
You
high
gotta
school have been
post
telling
this
me.
shit. Total Recall, because there's the age gap. There's the age gap right there. It just presented
It's
itself on a platter.
5 years,
Total
you
Recall with
fucking dick.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. You've never seen it?
I know of it.
You've
To my
probably seen the
knowledge,
one
I've
with
never.
Colin Farrell. Total Recall. He says in the movie,
You've probably seen the one with Colin
very
Farrell.
famously, he says, "I want to go to Mars."
I want to go to. Dude, I just my Schwarzenegger is get to the chopper.
Oh, that was not that
Yo.
was. "Ah, you
Yeah,
got to get to the chopper,
yeah. No, that's where I'm at
Dylan.
with Schwarzenegger.
How about Predator in the very beginning when he goes,
Oh yeah,
Dylan?
you son of a bitch, and then you have that
Arr!
epic. Oh yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Carl
that
Weathers is
scene
in that
gets
movie
me.
only for that. It's
Dude, they were
only for that.
fucking jacked.
And I
Arnold's
love that there's
arm,
no background about
that
who
whole
the, yeah,
arm, you just look staring
dude,
at the bicep.
Schwarzenegger's a beast. Carl Weathers was a beast.
Yeah.
So, here's where I'm at. Your wife's question, I feel like you've done a lot of dancing. You haven't
I shut
answered.
down because I'm just trying to find a solution to every fucking problem that I feel like we could encounter all the
Yeah,
time. When I'm like, oh, this is happening here and this is happening here. It's just like the Charlie Day thing, like you referenced in the last one.
yeah.
But I'm taking it in, and I'm like the guy from Green Mile, just taking it all in, like the Riddler from Batman,
Right,
like
right.
Jim
And
Carrey,
that's,
just
and that's,
taking it all in.
and I'll tell you, like, a lot of it, a lot of
But
reason.
that hold on, that is why I go silent, because I'm trying to solve all the problems, and I'm
Right.
just playing out the scenarios. If there's an extra bill, this fucking dog, $2,000. If there's an extra bill, I'm thinking, all right, put it on that card, and I'll fucking make these payments, and I'll fucking spend a little less here and do a little less there. But I got it. I can make it happen.
Yeah.
And I think the stress is to ensure that I'm able to continue to provide.
Right.
I have a lot now. I have a home. We got 3 fucking dogs. We have a lot, We have a
You
lot. We have
have
a
your
marriage.
wife
I have
and
someone to
your
take
wife's
care of.
needs. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's a lot, man. And it's a beautiful thing.
But just being able to continue to provide at the
Yeah.
level that we're living now. And I know it doesn't matter about the level, but we're very comfortable.
It's very hard to like see where you are And then like we want a bigger house, and to see where we are and how comfortable we can live here because we've been here for a long time, and
Yeah.
and we can afford the shit out of it. And then it's like, oh, there's this, our realtor reached out to us today at this model home community in Lincoln, and there's like a 4-bed, 2.5 bath, 2 story, it's like 1,800 square feet, easily within my price range. But then
How
I'm
much?
paying like 515. But it's like, dude, brand new build, it'd be built and done in June or July. We can pick, we can design it, we can do all that fun stuff, right? But, like, then my mortgage doubles,
Dude, your
you
mortgage
know?
more than doubled, bro. 515 right now. Interest, if
No,
you're lucky to get it at 5.5,
no,
you're gonna
listen,
be paying
it's a model home community.
3,800,
It's a model home community,
$3,800 a
so
month.
the numbers would be less than that, but it'd still be double my mortgage. And so it's like, yeah, I can afford it, but then I'm house poor. And then I can't
Yeah.
easily take the wife and child to Disneyland or go on the trips or just, buy the webcam and all the shit for the pod and be like, it's fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's so many reasons why, we shut down. And for me, a lot of it is like, I'm not going to engage in an argument for the sake of having an argument. I'm just not. Maybe in my 20s, maybe my early 20s, I would have because I would have wanted to be right. But here in my early 30s, approaching midlife crisis mode, like my boy Steve Bow over there. You know what I mean? Like it's a little different now. It hits a little different now. You know?
Dude, I'll tell you right now, I feel good. I'm 38. I feel fucking great. I feel good. I feel
Yeah,
healthy. I'm
you
eating
do.
good. I'm fucking living good.
And
I'm
you
working
have lost
hard.
weight. You have
I got a
lost weight. And
fucking
I'll backtrack this that I said. I can see it in your face that you have lost weight.
wait until it goes to that right there.
That's terrifying. Never do that again. All right, brother
Yeah,
man.
no, it feels good.
I think this is great. I'm looking forward to next week's but
Next week's
I'm gonna
pod, bro.
next week's pod. I'm sorry. I'm in work mode for
Come
whatever
on,
reason.
dude. Get
All right,
in the
man.
rhythm.